Hello, I'm CrystalPeach, and welcome back to Digital Sweets. I was browsing, again, the Steam page for the new and trending. Not for new and trending, for a game on new and trending, but whatever. I found Scorch, and now this game, as you can see. The reviews all said that it was like half an hour of gameplay, so I mean, just something quick to play. I figured, why not? You're a detective trying to solve a crime. That's all I got so far. Oh shit.
Good morning, Gary.
Hey, Chief. How are you?
Oh, I'm fine. How are you? Sounds like you're sober this time around. At least you're not slurring like last week.
Yeah, well, what happened last week was quite unfortunate. But at least the party was amazing, huh?
Very funny, Gary. Listen, you know that this case is your last chance to prove yourself.
Sure. So, what happened here?
A man, Mike Hill, was found burned to death in his shed. We want you to take a look at the crime scene.
Yeah.
I know it's not easy to solve this case in one day, but you've done it before. I believe in you, so don't disappoint me.
Yeah, I'll do my best.
Alright, yeah, that was part of the description, actually. That he's a drunk alcoholic. Yep, that was redundant. An alcoholic detective. And that, he is on his last leg, basically, with his job, and that if he fucks up again, then he's fired. And that's kind of what that phone call is about, I imagine. I do think that the world is really pretty. Simple, but really pretty. And yeah, so gotta solve this murder. Okay. Toyota citizens terms of Mike Hill, 4304 stranger, and Toilet Hill National Park died in a terrible fire yesterday evening. Hill's body was found inside a small shed near his own forest ranger cabin. The local officials suspect murder. Yesterday at 4 p.m., a nearby jogger reported seeing smoke and called the fire department soon after. The local police department was also alarmed. The local police is currently investigating this tragic event. Who or what has caused the fire? Officials suspect that it may have been murder, but it is too soon to say. One police detective is looking into this. A similar fire happened 30 years ago when the Parker family perished and only the youngest child, Jay Parker, survived. It was him. The culprit was never found. Has the same person struck again? Our condolences go out to Hill's family. Condolences go out to Hill's family. Bet it was the kid.
Someone has forgotten today's newspaper here.
It was the kid. Press tab. Click for evidence. Today's newspaper. Cool. That would kind of suck about being a reporter. Having to have this stuff out like the same day it happened. Alright, is this the cabin? Does it look very burned? I thought it was burnt, yeah. Okay. Gasoline, obviously.
Gasoline can, and it's almost empty.
Well, yeah, it was probably used to start the flame. Oh, this. So did he have like an outside little shed thing? Because that does not look livable. Doop 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 doop. That was not the handle, sir. Struggle?
How did this vase break? And why is it still lying here? Now, I hope I don't waste my time with this.
Yeah.
Yeah, this might come in handy later on.
Probably. I was trying to interact with it. I'm right here at the ranger station. Gas a gun. Can't take it. I'll try to shoot bitches.
Yeah, this might come in handy later on.
Okay, cool. Whatever. Alright, we'll look around more. This is bathroom. Can confirm. I'm just kidding. Meds.
I wonder
Antidepressants.
what led the victim to take antidepressants.
Probably depression. I'm just saying. Lotion? Tissues in the medicine cabinet. Also, there's no mirror covering this. That's weird. And no shelf in the bathroom? I'm here judging this person's bathroom life. Okay. Alright, wait, hold up. That's a bizarre light fixture. I'm just gonna leave the lights on.
You have 3 new messages.
Hey Mike, how are you? I know that you saw us. I was just wondering if we could talk. Just don't do anything rushed. Please.
Hello, Michael. It's Jason from Mountainside High School. Do you remember me? It's been forever. Anyway, I just wanted to see how you are. Maybe I could swing by tomorrow.
Mike, it's me again. You better not snoop around anymore. You won't find out anything anyway. Just keep to yourself now.
J. Parker.
I'm off to lose you.
Child J. Parker. Jason. Jason Parker. I'm just saying. I'm no expert, but from Jason for Mike. Why do you give him a toy?
Bigger. Yeah, that's kind of odd. I think these coffee mugs were just recently used.
So why did you take them? Chemotherapy
Thompson.
pills.
Isn't that some kind of chemotherapy pill?
I just tried to squat. This is a short ass fridge. Alcohol. Don't get drunk. I tried to actually look in there a little better. Ooh, oh, those are brands. Frozen pizza. Obviously, this man was very healthy. Unless he had cancer and developed depression afterward. I don't have any other information. I don't want to play the radio. Yeah, that was loud. Blasted my eardrums out. Anything interactable here? No. Oh, door's locked. That's not good. Where would he keep a key? We already went into the bathroom. That is a bright light. Didn't see anything there. Is this portrait interactable? This must be him. He looks sick. I shouldn't make that wild assumption, but I did. There was food in the oven.
Yummy.
Just ate the man's food. Okay. Alright. Oh, that was the key.
Well, look what I found here. A key.
No, I think that's all I was looking for. That's an interesting place for trash. To the locked room. Jason Parker. Sock. Oh, okay. Neatly folded clothing. Ooh, people. Oh, you're gonna regret this. So I got the name right. The Jason guy was named Jason Parker. You're gonna regret this. I mean, if it is him, this makes it a little too predictable. This information. He obviously hated him. That could have easily made him like
An old high school memory.
treating him like shit in high school or something. I don't know, maybe he did something. I figured that's why he was calling him. 25-year reunion, come and catch up with old friends.
Now, why would Mike put this in the bin?
He has no interest in going, obviously. Business card. Mike's therapist. I'll have to like organize all this stuff. Coffee mugs. Recently used. Well, we know that Jason was there. Obviously. This is me? Okay. Oregon. business card. I wanted to look at this. It seems to be from a therapist. Okay, is it going to be important? Scissors and shit. Alright, nothing interactable there. Undies. High school. Oh.
Man, this thing is ancient.
Funeral call Gonzalez on your phone when you're ready. When I'm ready for what? Funeral services for David and Jane Parker were held November 4th, 1987 at something p.m. in Beaverton Chapel. Mr. and Mrs. Parker were born May 2nd, 1955, December 1956, respectively. They both passed away in a tragic affair. David and Jane survived by their parents and 3 siblings and their 13-year-old son, Jason Parker. Okay. Some
Yeah, what's up, darling?
Watch your tongue. You're on thin ice, right? Anyway, we just got the autopsy report. Are you listening?
Yeah, go for it.
Hill's body was doused in gasoline from head to toe. We know he was burned alive because we found carbon monoxide in his lungs. Forensics identified a wound on his head which presumably rendered him unconscious.
Okay. Anything else?
Hill had traces of antidepressant medication in his system.
Right, that's good to know. And what was the last thing he consumed?
Nothing special. Lasagna and coffee.
Interesting. Well, I better get going, solving crimes and stuff.
I would hope so.
Okay, I did want to check one more thing. We got a broken action figure. Probably this is probably the replacement then from Jason to Mike. They must have been friends at some point. I would assume this caused the wound on his head. So I won't make assumptions so far, but Jason's the only one we can put there at the scene so far. Going down this trail a little further, see if there's any other information here. Oof, I'm nervous. That is a strange climbing mechanic.
I wonder, what could he observe with those?
And then here. I don't remember what day it is, or what day it happened. I'll check the...
Microfilm,
Oh my gosh.
everything he observed.
What do you observe these? I'm not worried about that right now. I just want to check. Today's paper is 9th of October also. Yesterday, so they died on the 8th. 3rd September. Why is this date changed? Oh, because you can't go backwards in time. He just fucked up. Okay, got it. I was a little concerned for a moment. It felt important. Oh, shit. Susan inspecting my area again. She bought a bigger and uglier bag. Susan shouted at me again. Couple taking morning walks. Susan inspecting me again. Overslept. Sorry. Gonna make an extra long shift. What's Susan doing at night in my section? Had a look. Why is there a mushroom plantation I've never seen before? First school week equals school children dropping garbage everywhere. So much cleaning to do. Oh, this is the full location. Section C. Everywhere. September 30th, first week of school. That's wild. Susan inspects my area again. She's collecting these weird mushrooms. I think she's seen me as well. She didn't come to shout at me. Antidepressant medication, but it doesn't say chemo. But there were chemo drugs there. I have so many questions. Murder items. This, and I'm assuming this puts him. Well, these two put him, kind of put the guy at the scene of the crime. Doesn't necessarily put him, because he could have been having coffee with anybody, but I'm pretty sure this does. It's weird to have the obituary. Very weird. We know they went to high school together. And this was coming up. And this toy seems to have something to do with it. Also, this toy doesn't actually seem broken. It just seems like you could, like, pop these things back into their sockets, but... Oh, and matches. This is today's paper saying that he died. But it also says... Conveniently. Also, this isn't like... These are antidepressants, but it's like a box, like a serving, It's like he lives there, but this is just a week supply, like somebody brought it with them. I think I've got my shit together. I mean, that seems like most of the evidence. I'll just waddle around this little spot again. Are these the mushrooms? Are they crazy mushrooms? No. Alright, I'm gonna try. Said G. Said G to call.
Hello, Price. Haven't heard from you in a while.
I've got everything under control here, alright?
It seems like you're having trouble getting on your feet. I stuck my neck out for you. You could at least try.
That was a one-time thing, Gonzalez. Why can't you just let it go?
Because it's not right. You have responsibilities, Price. You can't come to work drunk and expect everything to be okay.
Look,
I was supposed to fire you immediately, but I respect you, Price. You're a good officer, so please don't make me regret my decision.
Alright, okay. Let me
There
go
are
do
two
my job.
dirty plates. I need to talk to her. I don't think there's anything else I can really do. Did I miss something? Oh, little leaf. This lady, call back. I'm ready. I think. There's nothing else I can imagine. Maybe if I walk back this way. But I'm not sure what could possibly be over here, but... I'm gonna check that map again, just so I can... Yeah, the trail ends at the lookout tower, but this, like, gray area doesn't, so I wonder if I can continue to walk that way. Just some fallen tree branches.
Man, I'm really getting lost here. I better return back to the path.
But I don't want to. Oh, is this wedding? I got all the evidence. Do you know how Mike died? Do you know the murderer's name? Do you uncover the past? Once you call, there's no going back. I'm gonna just assume that...
I think I've got the crime solved.
Are you sure? If you accuse the wrong person, there is no going back.
Yes, I'm sure. I know who killed Mike Hill.
Then let's hear it.
It literally only puts one person there.
Did you find out how Mike died?
Oops. Get these out of the way. gasoline, which we know. Matches. Actually, I want to switch these. Boop. I don't know if the order matters, but... Axe. No.
Okay, I see. But what happened in the hours before the murder?
Hours before the murder. We know... I can't switch over, I guess. Got this invitation. There's no way I can put... hours before the murder. I don't remember what day it was. He didn't log anything for a while. Broken action figure. Fuck, I guess those are really the only things that happen. Oh.
Interesting. Now, who do you suspect to be the murderer?
Is it... Fuck, Jason Parker, was that his name? Oh, I feel
I
weird.
see. But, well, tell me, what did you find out about the victim's past?
J. Parker, okay. Victim's past. Interesting relationship with the person. And... I want to put that there.
I think there's more to it. What did you find out about the murderer's past?
Oh, these are old.
The connections you're drawing today seem random at best. But come back to the police station first. We'll have a closer look into it.
Shit. See how this goes.
Listen, Chief, I really didn't want to do it. I had my reasons. I mean, yeah, sure, I picked on him at school, but that was just teasing. It's not the same thing as losing your family. You know, I took therapy for years. I learned to cope. But then I got cancer. It's like I'm being punished for something. At least that's how I
It was
felt.
him with the cancer.
I thought about my past and remembered the kid I bullied in school. I figured I'd make amends. So I came by and gave him a visit. When he brought it up, I just knew. After all these years, it was him. I just lost it. I couldn't think straight anymore. It was like I was in a trance. So I picked up a vase, and I kept hitting him until he was lying on the floor. Once I realized what I'd done, I decided to destroy the evidence. I took his body to the shed and set it on fire.
Didn't like the
I regret it
brightness.
now. Out of everyone, I should know best that death is permanent.
Oh, I could pick up mushrooms? I didn't realize. 3 out of 5 on the Christmas score. At least I found the
Good work today, Detective Price. You've really proven yourself. I'll see you at work tomorrow morning.
That was terrifying. I think that game was really good, really well made. It was really short, which I knew it was short going into it, so I'm not surprised by that. I did feel like it was a little too obvious that it was Jason, from the beginning, from the fact that his parents have to, I don't know anything about this music, so we're just gonna, yeah. It was a little too obvious that it was Jason, especially as soon as they gave the connection that Jason was lost his parents the same way. At least for me, it felt obvious. It would have been cool to, like, no, I don't know. There should have been a subtle, like, should have been a little more subtle. Instead of literally just being like, he did. His parents died the exact same way that he killed this guy. I did kind of have a sneaking suspicion that the guy killed his parents, or lit the fire that killed his parents, but the way he talked about talking to him, Mike, I think is the name of the guy who died, kind of seems like he didn't care that he killed his parents, so yeah. Thank you everybody so much for watching. Like, comment, subscribe, and I'll see you next time. Bye!